All right, so it's rolling. So let's practice Vajrakilaya together. Let's take a moment for relaxing and just feeling the body, releasing physical tensions. And feeling love. So not only that rigpa or awareness is clear and alive. Aliveness sounds a bit neutral, but that it's personal and it has love in it. Love brings much more meaning than just aliveness. It gets much more personal. And it also is a bit like a magic glue because it has magnetism to it. Also compassion has magnetism, but love connects, in my experience, it connects better with the heart. And connecting to the heart is very, very important. So we are sitting here practicing today together, practicing for both of us to attain completeness, to get to a stage where there no longer are diseased parts or divided parts in our mind, in our psyche. Looking forward to integrate all these bits and pieces back into the whole. Our motivation is to attain so-called Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. So may all sentient beings who are also having this existential trouble receive the benefit of our practice. Okay, so this is something that you need to pay more attention. Bodhicitta. What happens with bodhicitta, or the motivation that considers all sentient beings and helping them to enlightenment, is that the energy, when we express bodhicitta, it shoots out in our aura. It shoots out from our heart outwards to all directions. And when that happens, it means that all the deep parts of the psyche or the mind becomes illuminated and connected. So this is the reason why in Mahayana bodhicitta is so much emphasized, because it enables us becoming aware and getting our hands, makes it able us to work on the deep bits of subconscious mind and substrate consciousness. In other words, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bhumis, or 7, 8, 9, 10 bhumis. Those layers in the aura. So let's do that again. May all beings be free. I'm practicing for the sake of all sentient beings. I'm practicing for the sake of all sentient beings. And I'm willing to take the suffering of all sentient beings into my heart, into my being. Do you notice that? What happens?
Yeah, there is a radiation out of the heart to all directions. It's glowing and it's warm, even hot, and I'm smiling.
Yeah. So let's actually stay here and instead of going further to Vajrakilaya, which we might do eventually in this session, but let's stop here and keep doing this because it's really important to understand what this bodhicitta means and especially how it relates to, should we say advanced practice. So whatever kind of experience we get from doing this, we welcome it and stay with it. Like standard vipassana practice. If bliss comes, knowing bliss. If some gross sensations come, knowing gross sensations or gross energy. When fear, anxiety comes, staying with that. The more the heart can stay open and vulnerable, the better. So simply staying in the experience and also being attentive what is going on in the energy body inside the physical body and energy body outside the physical body in the aura. What is actually going on? What happens with bodhicitta? May all beings be free. I mean it. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. I'm willing and open to take the suffering, to feel the suffering of all sentient beings, to feel the confusedness and pain of all sentient beings, and willing to take it into my heart. The suffering and pain of all the good-willed beings, as well as bad-willed beings. the suffering of addicts or hungry ghosts, the suffering of animals, all the pain that in our world, all the pain that production animals have to endure. And open for the suffering of demons who want to hurt others and cause pain for others, want to cause harm for others. Completely open for this pain. May all beings be free. By practicing bodhicitta, I myself become free of all those hooks and obstructions, inner obstructions, fear and anxiety, embarrassment and hurt in any form or shape that there is stored in my mind. May all beings be free. Again, connecting with the suffering and pain and confusion of addicts or hungry ghosts, those who suffer because they're trying to find a way out from suffering through substances, alcohol, drugs, sex, food, through self-inflicted pain, through acquiring things in an addictive way. Open for this suffering. May all these beings be nourished from the inside. May they realize that they already have everything they need. In their heart, in their Buddha mind. May all hungry ghosts be free. May all addicts be free. give your body, give your heart, give your whole being for the suffering of addicts, of hungry ghosts. Offer your body as food. Offer your heart as food for these hungry ghosts. And let them feast on your body, on your heart. Here we are stepping, it's really a continuation of from bodhicitta to Tonglen, or taking and receiving. Receiving and giving practice, Tonglen. And the tantric version of Tonglen is Chöd, Maciek Labron's Chöd. So here we are doing the same thing that is done in Tonglen and Chöd, when we offer our body and mind as food, as nourishment for all these beings who suffer. One needs to have a stable rigpa to do this, so that the experience of fear and anxiety doesn't become overwhelming. But if you have a stable rigpa, no problem. So again, I welcome all the hungry ghosts, addicts, addictive spirits outside my body and inside my body, inside my mind, to find refuge in my body and heart, which is their own body and heart, their own natural condition. Being open for the suffering of hungry ghosts. Just remaining open and vulnerable. If bliss arises, like it does, to some degree, knowing bliss, staying with bliss. If some slight anxiety, some slight sensation, whatever sensation arises, knowing that, staying with that. being together with that. If there is only this very, very clear and yet dynamic energy current, just the dynamic sensation, this is an sign of already liberated energy. And what I mean by dynamic, it's sort of like when we take a fire hose and when we put the water through it, there's an immense power in that moving water because of the pressure. In the same way, like when stuff from our deep psyche, when it's this area that wrathful deities cover, when it's released and liberated, it shifts into this dynamic sensation. Sensation of dynamic energy. May all beings be free, may all beings be free, may all beings be free. Then, thinking of going on from hungry ghosts to animals, which is another one of these lower three realms that Buddhism often talks about. So let's get a feel of animals and their suffering and their mind states. The realm of animals, both inside our mind and outside our mind. It doesn't really matter whether we think in terms of what is ours and what is inside our mind and what is outside. It can be helpful. Just important not to shut out what is outside. Then we would be shifting from Mahayana practice to Hinayana practice. So, may the spirits and souls and hearts of animals be free of suffering. I am welcoming the confusion and pain of animals to my heart. Especially production animals. Those poor creatures who are so badly abused in the world today. All these millions of animals who are horribly treated in the world today, abused physically, locked up in small cages, given bad food, animals who never see the sunlight, never smell fresh air. Feel that pain. It's like these sincere beings who are unable to understand why they hurt so much and why people inflict so much pain on them. They just feel the pain but do not understand why. Being open for the suffering of animals. And taking that suffering into our heart. Also praying for all those millions of animals who are killed every day in awful ways. May all these animals be free. May their souls, hearts have peace. May their pain disappear into thin air. Through my prayers, through my heart, I offer my arms, my body as their refuge. Offering our arms and our embrace for their refuge, so that they can find peace and solace. If we think about this same psychological state, often, even though we are adults, in psychology we speak of the inner child that has been traumatized or abused. Again, this inner being inside our mind that has been hurt, and the child doesn't understand why it's being punished or why it's being hurt. We're talking about the very same thing. Same kind of thing. So may this being who has been sincere within us, open and loving within us, but who's been abused and hurt in the heart, kicked in the heart. May that burden release. May all these hurts, all these beings of hurt, may they take refuge in my heart and find peace through my heart. And then continuing to the demonic realm within ourselves and without ourselves, inside and outside. So first tuning in into the field, into the realm of all these sentient beings who have bad intentions and who want to harm themselves and harm others, and especially others who want to physically, sexually, financially, psychologically hurt others. Who and where are these beings? Feel it for a moment. The realm of demons. Feel their pain. It is so this is the third one. First we tuned in with addicts, then animals, and now demons. As you can feel, each of them has a distinct feel. You who want to hurt and abuse, even kill other beings. Hello. May you be free of suffering. May you find peace and contentment and happiness. I welcome your suffering into my heart, in my heart. I'm happy to take your suffering to my heart. May all beings be free. May all demons be free. May all abusers be free by knowing their Buddha mind. May all abusers be free by knowing their Buddha mind. So again, demons come, come, welcome to my heart. This is what you have sought, this is what you need, this is what you want. Inner peace, where all conflict stops, where conflict doesn't exist, where there is lasting peace and joy. In this realm, there is like a sort of like this feel that, instantly wanting to fight or becoming very aggressive, while at the same time being extremely scared, like terrified. It's that tough guy thing, all these criminals and bikers, folks like that, putting up the mask of being tough guys, but really being scared shitless. And it's such a burden for them. It's so hard on them. So please, share your pain with me. May all demons be free. Then we have practiced compassion, bodhicitta, Tonglen, or kind of Chödish, Chöd style Tonglen on demons, on animals and hungry ghosts. Let's chant Guru Rinpoche's mantra, Namo Guru Rinpoche, for all these beings we have one by one meditated. So you can just think or feel their presence, and then let's chant Namo Guru Rinpoche together. Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo
Guru Rinpoche,
Namo
Namo Guru Rinpoche,
Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Guru Rinpoche. If you feel that you are ready, you can make the following request for Guru Rinpoche and invite him to take a permanent seat at your heart. So you can simply make this request. Dear Guru Rinpoche, take a seat in my heart. Permanent seat in my heart. I am asking this as a sign of inner commitment to you as a guru and myself as a practitioner, as a student. Please take a seat in my heart. As always with Guru Yoga, as well as now, you know, the presence of the Guru reveals our own natural state, reveals more of it than we are used to, or reveals all of it, meaning that we experience ourselves completely, fully enlightened or liberated. When we have that experience that the mind completely ceases to exist, this is very, very precious and happens through the involvement of the Guru, in this case, Guru Rinpoche. If and when that happens, be aware what exactly happens with that. What is the shift? Where is the shift? What happens with the shift? How much more we have to work with? Thank you, Guru Rinpoche. Thank you, Master. I'm bowing before you, bowing at your feet. Please help me to find my own faults and mistakes. And finally, let's chant the dedication of merit. Inhale. May all beings receive my accumulated merit. I dedicate the merit to the refuge and to all sentient beings. Okay, joining hands. Yeah, so I think that there is that would be good for you to actually do some bodhicitta practice at this point more. So what I would suggest is that there is the short both relative and absolute bodhicitta prayers. May all beings be free, and all beings are free, these ones. So chant those with the with the same involvement that we just did with those three kinds of beings. That same involvement, same seriousness. Chant those. Of course, you can do that practice. You can do it again if you like. So do that for several sessions, maybe a week on daily, like chanting it for, if you can make half an hour, for example, that would be good. Chanting for 15-20 minutes and then just sitting with it. And then when you have gained that a little bit more, how should I say, a little bit more experience from that bodhicitta point of view, then start doing the deities.
Mm-hmm.
It might even actually be good to do more than a week or 2 weeks. I'm talking about bodhicitta practice, really get a feel of that. And then after that, doing deity practice.
Okay, so let's say 2 weeks of this, and then we have another call.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like with the addicts and animals, the heart was really open. It was like empty inside with a dynamic power and radiating outside. But with the demons, it kind of a little bit closed, and the radiation kind of dimmed down. And it's interesting because I recently became really. I decided I want to understand the killers, the abusers. I started reading books about them to know their minds.
Yeah.
How they actually see the world, why they do this stuff. And I felt like the emotion that I felt with the demons was helplessness. I kind of felt helpless and trapped inside this being a demon.
Yeah. And this is what we did. It's just like like one way of doing it. So if at any point you feel like you realize something that, you find something from that idea of suffering of animals that more relates to you, or hits some spot in it somehow strikes a bell, go for it, follow that intuition. So
okay.
Yeah. And then of course we did 3 realms, and then there's 3 more in the classic Mahayana paradigm, which is the realm of human beings, which is a big one. And then there is demigods and gods. So yeah, we can talk about those and practice those later.
Okay. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. It was a nice session. I wish you a nice day and talk to you later.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye, Egor.